Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we can bring it down.
Yes, as you can see, I have a fun crew today. Even though a whole bunch of folks didn't show up, I got the best two people next to me. One is a designer. As you can see, I'm wearing one of his jackets. And the other one is a model who came as a courtesy of Medina. Young girl is 16-year-old, upcoming model, so watch out. She will be probably very soon quite famous as a model and a blogger. And the guy next to me, he's already famous because his wife gave him the third baby a few days ago. So he is extremely happy. No matter what we ask, he will smile because he's in a good mood. He's just happy all the time. Now, let me ask my guests to introduce themselves properly so that way I will not mispronounce the names. Young lady, your turn. What is your name?
My name is Ivory Sabine.
Ivory, how do you know Medina? How did you become a model at such a young age?
I started when I was 4 and... Yes, I started when I was 4 and I was going to academies and they were teaching me different things and I just learned a lot from there.
Earlier we spoke and you mentioned that you go to the charter school, which is a private school, but the way it's my understanding that you don't pay for it, there are other wealthy people paying for it. How that happening? Like I'm sure a lot of people wants to go to a private school but not pay for it.
Mostly scholarships. Yes,
So
you will have to get
not
scholarships.
only pretty,
to the
but
school.
very smart.
Yes.
Okay, let's find out the proper spelling for our designer today, who is addressing me. Can you talk? You have your mic on you, so you can talk without me pointing the mic.
Elie Balleh.
Okay. Say it again.
Elie
Balleh. We did interview with you at the Brooklyn Fashion Week, and I even modeled for you one of those jackets. And I was wearing, actually, guys, if you saw that, a little GoPro camera in my mouth. So I thought it's important to film from the model perspective rather than from the riser. What did you get out of Fashion Week Brooklyn? What it taught you? What are your plans?
Well, basically, Fashion Week gave us a lot of exposure.
How much? Like you had, like, say, 13,000 subscribers, like followers on Instagram. Now you have like more.
I believe we have about close to 25,000.
25,000.
Yeah, a little bit
so
shy.
So you double in one show.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh
yes.
my god.
As a matter of fact, there were 3 shows.
Mm-hmm. In 3 shows.
Yes.
Which show produced the most amount of?
I would say my
following.
Private show was the hit. A lot of celebrities, guests came in to the show. They actually attended the show.
Mm-hmm. Is there a correlation? Let's say if the show could be very few people and you can sell a lot of clothes,
right.
Or sometimes you can have a lot of people watching the show and no sales. Is there a correlation, like a big show, lots of people, lots of sales, or it's like mostly like a quality?
Well, basically, fashion show is not about selling. It's not about anything else. It's just to show your creativity, your fashion sense. A lot of fashion director came to our private showing, and all they do is just take notes and go back to their buyers and discuss what's coming up for the upcoming season. And then what will happen is that they will review these styles and then they will actually book the style that they think they can do. You know, I mean, not everything goes on the runway, will be on in stores, but majority of the pieces, I mean, as far as
the buyers usually come to the studio and the one-on-one conversation, so you have a model and you kind of showing stuff, or it's actually the show is important for that as well?
Well, the show is just a preview of what you're going to produce. At the point of the show, nothing has been produced. It's just samples and design that starts there. And then after that happens, then meeting will start at our showroom, or rather every designer showroom. They will meet with all department stores and they will actually book what what they think it's a ready to wear or couture pieces or whatnot.
I know that you design menswear,
Right.
and you make jackets, and it's mostly like fabulous and stuff that people wear for the big occasions, like a Metropolitan gown and stuff.
Right.
I recently covered a couple of events like this week, and probably one of the wealthiest houses that I ever been in here in New York. And I noticed that the host, the lady, and her family, they cook like extremely sophisticated food. They had a really, really fancy chef there. They had lots of wealthy people there. But they had a problem because they wear expensive clothes and they cook. So they would put apron, apron. And the apron, it was not so fashionable, even though they had like thousands of dollars of jewelry and dress on them. So I figured out I want to do apron fashion show. I want to do a cooking fashion show. I want to do a fashion
It
show.
will never succeed.
It will never succeed.
People
Everybody wears.
nowadays, fashion is a fashion statement. Clothing is nowadays it's disposable clothing. Even though we do our product or our collection or our design rather is high quality, but still people are looking for cheap fashion because that shirt or that jacket or whatever that ready to wear pieces by next season it's not going to be worn.
Wow. So there is no way people will wear, in your mind, high fashion apron for kitchen
They
for
will
cooking.
no, they will only go to the discount store, buy one for a few dollars and come back home because it's going to be down the drain a few times later.
Okay. What about another idea that I run by you? Sometimes you like my think out of the box. We just saw a fashion show in New York that was extremely successful in the subway. It's not that difficult
That's
to produce.
by Moschino.
Moschino, yes.
I did like it, but I didn't see guests.
You didn't see guests
It was just an editorial video that is not going to go anywhere.
anywhere.
It will. It just. I mean. It's out of the box. Where are the guests?
Okay.
Where are the fashion directors that should be watching that show?
A few weeks ago, you and I spoke on a number of occasions about the producing a fashion show at the New York Library.
New York City Public Library.
Such a landmark spot.
We're actually working on it, and I believe in the next few days we will finalize, and if we're able to get that date, then my New York Fashion Week will be at the Brooklyn. New York City Public Library.
Okay.
It will be fabulous. I mean, this is a very, very high-end landmark. I mean, it's
a long runway. We're planning. The idea is put the light spot moving with the model rather than having it steady. That's something I haven't seen done before. So maybe we can accomplish with the lights.
It's gonna actually be one of a kind fashion show. I'm hoping that one of the TV network might be covering the show. We're still speculating in early stages now, but once we got the date conquered, then we can move forward with that.
Cool. Let me move a little bit of conversation to our model, who's looks pretty in the picture, but also very smart. The idea is that I have in mind, when I do interviews with the teens of your age, every time I would do interview with a kid, I would get thousands of views because you guys have so many friends on Snapchat and TikTok and all this social media. What about the teen fashion show? Like a show that's kind of evolves around the high school, around the in the settings kids do. Do you think that would be something that kids will tune in?
I feel like certain kids will tune in. Like there's a lot of people that like the trend now. That's the trend of 2020, 2019, and everyone likes their own style. So it depends on what they really like.
Okay. What do you like?
I like more of the urban style. Like everything is just colors and then you edgy. Like I like that type of style.
You have Puerto Rican heritage. How that kind of translate into the clothing that you wear? Can people tell? Just let's say what your mom wears and what you wear. Is it has that kind of annotation, or is there?
Yes. Depending on what my mom wears is mostly like old school. Like it'll be like the high-waisted jeans with the bootleg pants in the bottom, and it'll be like button-up shirts. Like her style is very old school, different from mine's where it's trending.
Okay. How do you build your modeling career? Like, let's say you're sitting next to a designer. A guy like that can bring so many people in the show. Like what do you do? Like, do you get a phone number or Instagram? Like there are other shoots happening here. Like, do you network, or like what's your process of looking up? How did you find Medina for that?
Okay, so first and foremost, I always start a conversation with the person, and then I'll ask if they have Instagram. What do they design for? Some people don't design for teens my age, especially teens that are my body type and my height. And I'll ask them, and they'll, depending on what they say, I'll give them my Instagram. Or I have people, other models that will be interested, and I can always help them out as well.
Cool. Let's find out what is your Instagram.
My Instagram name is Ivory Sabine. That's IVORYSABINE.
Can you talk a little bit about your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, like your website? Where the most numbers come from?
I think nowadays Instagram is, I would say, number one, but there's something coming up which is TikTok. TikTok now it's becoming very
yes. Oh my God!
crazy.
15 seconds, and
So
it's crazy.
I am actually trying to figure out a way how. TikTok is more of music and silly stuff.
Yep.
How can I translate this into fashion? It's just we're trying to figure out a way for the past 2 months, and I'm not able to.
Well, you have a new
we're a
kid
brand.
on the
We
way,
can't.
you have
We
so many
can't.
things happening at
We
once.
can't do silly stuff with a brand. It's just not. I can't find it attractive,
But
And
if people in the music videos wear your jacket, your clothes, would that
well, actually,
into
there was
sales?
one rapper that was in one of our Fashion Week show. He was a model, and he will be actually writing up a song, and we're going to shoot it sometimes in January. So he will be writing a song about our brand and whatnot. He loved the looks, and our couture collection is like really fabulous. So we're working on that. It's just trying to find the perfect place, trying to find a perfect idea for the music video. So it's just a matter of time. There's nothing. It takes you 9 months to have a baby. It doesn't come 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
It's a lot of work, and it takes years to grow that baby.
I think it makes sense to have a collaboration process. So some money might come from designer, or some money can come from the artist, some money can come from the real estate place. So when everybody chip in, then everybody wins and get more exposure, better product, rather than just one party pays for the whole party.
I agree.
What is the Instagram?
It's ElieBalleh.com. I'm sorry, just Elie Balleh.
Elie Balleh.
It's just, if you can't pronounce it, if you can't spell
We're going to
it,
put it in the subtitles.
Google will correct
and
it
we'll
for
write.
you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.